Hello and welcome to Balanced Literacy Framework Overview. During today's session, we will be going over all of the components of balanced literacy. Our theme for our session is Superheroes, a League of Our Own. And throughout our session, you will see various superheroes who are in the development stages as we speak, but will be connected to all of the components that you will see today. The instructional officers on this team are Ms. Elizabeth Marquez, Ms. Monica Hernandez, Mr. Carlos Berumen, Ms. Jeanette Limon, Ms. Yvonne Dominguez, and myself, Arely Mesa Jessamine. Mr. Garcia is our school improvement officer who has overseen a lot of our development. So we'll go ahead and get started. As we go through our session, we would like for you to make sure you think about those things you want to prepare for, whether it's the summer or at the beginning of the school year. We would like for you to think about what learning you might want to engage in, professional development, planning, classroom setup, or any other ideas that may surface as we go through our session today. All of our content has been adapted from the Teachers College for Reading and Writing by Lucy Calkins and other colleagues, as well as additional research from the reading academies from the Texas Education Agency. As we go through our session, we would like for you to think about using our note taker. In this Nearpod, you will be able to download the note taker. The note taker will provide you guidance on all of the slides and the components of the Balanced Literacy Framework. It is designed to go through the note taker as we go through our session together. We also recommend you have a pen or a pencil and a highlighter as you will be annotating and using some reflection pieces. So we're going to delve into our framework. Please make sure you refer to your note taker. You will have additional pages in your note taker for notes, as we will also be using some videos that you can annotate on. This is our K-5 Balanced Literacy Framework. As we go through the components, we will let you know that there will be additional professional development that will delve deeper into each of these components. For today's session, we will have an overview. We like to represent our framework using this pie, which breaks up our time, our instructional time within the day so that we can be able to embed all of the pieces. As you can see on your slide, word study is one of the components of our pie, and it is a 30-minute time slot. The next chunk of time is our component for reading workshop, which is 60 minutes. And the last component of our, certainly not the least, is writing workshop for 45 minutes. All of the components will be following our gradual release of responsibility, which is the I do, the you do, and the we do. Every single one of the components in the framework will follow the same structure. We will delve deeper into each of these components to help you better understand how this is going to be implemented. We would also like to discuss with you that the intent is for our students to be able to engage in all things literacy, both reading and writing, on a daily basis when we are looking at a K-5 framework. For 6th through 12th, our framework is very similar. You will also notice that the time frames for 6th through 12th are a bit different to reflect the scheduling of a 90-minute time block for reading and writing. These components also follow the gradual release of responsibility, I do, you do, and we do. For 6th through 12th, you will also have your writing workshop in a 90-minute model. It also follows a gradual release of responsibility. Teachers will have access and professional development on the Implementing TEKS resource system pacing tools, which will guide which days we are working on reading and which days we are working on writing. The framework for 6th through 12th will be split within that 90-minute time slot. Some days teachers will be working on reading and some days teachers will be working on writing. And further professional development to come on that. So what is balanced literacy? For those of us who have been in education quite a few years, we've seen a pendulum swing in instructional practices. There was a time when we engaged in a whole language approach that really taught skills in the context of real reading and writing. And so this allowed students to engage in reading and writing activities and tasks on a daily basis. Then there was a swing into the opposite direction of phonics-based instruction, which really had the students looking at specific skills that are going to build that reading, but they were out of the context of real reading and writing. And so balanced literacy is the best of both worlds. It's taking that whole language approach, the ability and the practice of students engaging in authentic reading and writing tasks, but also giving that opportunity to learn very specific skills that are needed to be able to be successful readers. And as the research comes and as we learn more through our reading academies and through the latest research, sometimes we will be adapting those practices to meet the needs of the new learners of the 21st century. So we will begin with our first component, word study.